Okay, just before we jump into the demo of ChartBuilder, I would like to invite Aaron up. He had a good thought, and I thought he'd do better sharing it than I would. I also want to say, because I know this kind of happened to us when we joined the team last year, this isn't something Aaron's implementing, so if you're going to throw any hate mail towards anyone, don't send it to him. Send it to me. I'll take it.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. No.
Well, this happened with us.
It's just a coincidence that it happens to be the week that I start. So,
yeah,
but I do back it up. I mean, Derrik shared it with me yesterday too, and I was like, "This is cool. Like, we can embrace technology and move forward. It's cool." Say what? Well, actually, that brings me to my next part, which was this. When Derrik was talking, I heard this, hey, there's room for creativity. And I heard like some people like, yes, right? But then I also kind of felt this sigh of other people like, no, okay? So I know that for some of you, that might be daunting to think, oh no, we're not gonna have our specific parts that we need to stay structured to as much anymore. Well, one, you will still have a lot of structure and parts, so it's not like that's gonna go away. But two, also, I think one of the cool things about me joining this team here is that I also want to be available to you guys. You guys know that I love to teach. So if you're like, I don't know how to tackle this course, I want to add something, but I don't know what to do to add something, or I can't pick the part out in this bridge. It's not quite clear to me. That's fine. You always can contact me, because if you've contacted me before or talked to me before, I will gladly share an answer with you, and I'll probably give you too much information. Okay, I'll go into a whole background on how to approach it. But really, if you want to learn, where do we start? How do I start this creativity? How do I feel confident to actually write my own lines? How do I feel confident to tackle this intro appropriately? Or maybe my ear isn't as good as I thought it was, and I'm having a difficult time with this particular lead line or this beat. Whatever it is, it's okay to like reach out to me and just say like, hey, I'm having a hard time right now. Can you help me with it? And I'll be available to do that. Hopefully, I'll be available to do that. So yeah. All right. Okay, thanks guys.
Thanks, man. I won't take up too much more of your time because honestly, it's a pretty simple thing to pick up. So thanks to Zach for setting this up where I could sit here and just show you exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, so this screen is, and I want to say as well, we had a test group running some of these things for a few weeks, and we've met with them on Sunday just to get feedback and like, okay, what did you like about this? What didn't you? What works well? What doesn't? What's confusing? And so that's been super helpful. And yeah, I think I was encouraged by what they were saying and the feedback they were giving, and it's been super helpful for us. So this is ChartBuilder. I'm on an iPad, but it works on iOS or Android tablets and phones. So if you have a BlackBerry, probably not going to work, but that's all right. We'll forgive you. So this is the browse page. With this app, you guys have access to Multitrack's entire catalog of songs. So if you want to go on here and search for a song, let's say Up to Something, it's on the students playlist, so you click on it, and it's going to bring the chart up for you. And screen capture is detected, so it's not going to let me play audio. So you'll have your chord chart here, and as you're rehearsing, if you are like, well, I don't like swiping, well, that's great, because when you hit play and it starts playing this song, it's going to automatically scroll this chord chart for you. So that's really great, and that's for any song in this library. So if you want to learn a new song that we're not even doing, you can go and access this. Oh yeah, really quick.
ChartBuilder or multitracks.com.
So we're going to send all the details you'll need to download it tomorrow. And we won't be doing a Q&A session tonight. We'll let you kind of get the info from the email. You can go explore, play around with this, start figuring out We've created a playlist on our YouTube channel for you to go and access resources that shows you how to use stuff, tutorials. So go away and do email us if there are questions or concerns. Still do that. So you have access to any song. If you want to learn, go do that. It's going to be in the original arrangement, so that's the thing to point out here. Moving on to library, I don't think most of you will have access to this. This is probably going to be more for worship leaders and MDs to have access to with one of the systems we're moving for playing back tracks on weekends. Set list is where you're going to hang out for the most part, and there's no set list on here. Give me just a moment. Zach, this is banned at Parkview, right? All right. So unfortunately, you can't see this screen, but this is how we would add you to a set list. Just anybody got a story they want to share? Any jokes? Go for it.
I just heard it yesterday and I cracked up. The first time I did it about it. Okay. Do you guys know the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Like, it's important to know the difference. Do you know the difference? One's see later? Yeah, one you'll see later and one you'll see in a while.
Okay. All right, somebody write that one down. Yeah. Hey, there we go. Thank you. That was perfect timing. Sorry, we don't have any time for more jokes. Okay, so now you'll see this set list. So this is what the test group has been using. What's going to populate for you are the set lists that you are scheduled for. So those will populate in the set list tab for you. When you click on that set list, you're going to see a few pieces of information. You'll see the date up at the top, the time it's going to take to play all those songs, and then you're going to have your set list there. When you click on the first song again and again, it's going to load up the entire set list, and you'll be able to utilize the chord chart here. So you can swipe to navigate, or up top you can see the song structure. You can actually click on the part of the song you want to go to, and it's going to automatically move your chart there, and it will start, if you can see at the bottom, the waveform, that also moves around, and once you click play, it starts playing at that part in the song. Within this screen, there are a few things that you can do to customize it. Up at the top, you click on where it says D, or that's actually the key. So the key of the song will be there, and you shouldn't need to change this. This would maybe be more if you're going in and finding a song to play with, but you can change the key there. You can add a capo if you're a guitarist, and it's going to change the chord chart for you. Annotations are another thing that you can do. So if you click on the little pin icon in the middle beside D, that opens this up where then you can go on and draw and type on certain sections within the chord chart, and that's going to be your personal notes for each section. So if there's things you want to put in there for yourself, you can do that. We'll clear that. And then over on the far right with the settings icon, you can change the layout of it if you want the chords and lyrics. If you just want the lyrics, it'll just populate lyrics and take chords off. If you just want the song map, which would be maybe more for drummers, then you're going to see that, and you can make your notes there. And it's giving you these MD notes over here on the side as well. So intro, full band in, verse 1 drop down, just anything helpful for you while you're navigating that. And then you can choose chord types. If you want to use the number system, that's available to you. Do, re, mi. I don't know if any of you use that. So some really, really good features to be able to customize the chart to what you would like it to be. Moving down to the bottom part, if you swipe up on this, which is kind of your rehearsal mix, you can see that there's original song, there is bass, guitar, keys. So if you're playing bass for this song and you go in and you want to select the bass up track, so that's going to put the bass up in the track like we're used to having in PCO. And then as you play it, you'll hear the bass above everything else. You'll have click and cues going. Once you've learned that part, if you want to remove that bass from the mix, is that audio coming? How does that doing that? I don't know. Zach is working his magic. So you can hear the bass up, and then you're actually going to click this button. Once you've learned it, that button there is going to drop the bass totally out of the mix. So you click that, and then now you can play with the up track with no bass in the track. And that's sub bass is what you're hearing. So that way you can practice along with the track without having it also simultaneously playing your up track. And that goes for any of these instruments down here. And I know one of the feedback, or one of the things from the feedback group was, okay, there are EG 1, 2, and 3. How do I know which one to play? Well, we'll communicate that with you and let you know which one you'll need to learn. So we'll put the other parts in the tracks, and you'll be able to learn. So if you're, we tell you we want you to cover EG1 and EG3, and then we're going to put EG2 in the tracks. So you would then listen to EG1 and EG3 and blend those parts in to the song. Keys, usually piano is what you're going to be playing.
That's what I got. Cool.
Yeah, and I love what Chanel said. It's a process, and anytime there's change and growth, it's going to be a process. But that's how we grow. That's how we improve, and that's how we kind of level up from where we're at. And we also recognize that not all of you are sitting around 24/7 looking at an instrument or singing and just doing music. You have jobs, you have other things in your life going on. And so we're aware of that, and we want to walk alongside you and help you. And there may be some of you who are just like, man, I'm so slammed in this season, I only just want to show up and play what is on the up track. And that's totally fine. We understand that there are different seasons in life, we're all in different places, but we want to encourage you to grow in that creative aspect. And as we do that here at Parkview, I think where we're going and knowing the talent and ability that you all possess already, it's really exciting thinking about what's going to happen in the future. And when we do start jumping into these creative environments and endeavors with songwriting and doing different creative things and innovation, it's going to be really cool to see what your giftings bring to that. And that's really exciting. That's kind of an overview of this. Account is self-explanatory. You know what that is. It's an account with all your settings in it. There are features in here that we haven't touched on tonight, but we want you to go and explore and find those things. And we've got the playlist on YouTube that we'll send out with the email as well. What you're going to get is an email to create a multi-tracks account. So once you get that, if you could log in and create that as soon as you can, we're going to go in and give you access and different permissions that will let you access ChartBuilder and start being able to start utilizing that. Now, as far as the date of implementation, we are looking at the first weekend to start using this as May 28th. So that weekend, the 27th, 28th, 29th, which then would put us at 4 weeks from rehearsal. I think is next week you would start looking to utilize Rehearsal Mix. So you guys, whoever's on that weekend, you get to be the first people to use it. So don't hesitate to contact us. And we know, as we move forward through this, there are going to be questions. There are going to be things that in the testing that we've done, with the testing group and with the staff that we haven't seen. So any feedback and input that you guys can give us is only going to improve things and improve the systems. We value that. We love when we hear from you guys, because that's what makes us better, and that's what helps us as staff improve as well. And so, yeah, that would be super helpful. I believe that's everything for the demo and for tonight. Yes. And yeah, we're here for you guys. We love you guys, and we're so thankful for what you do and what you bring. If you do have any questions, please send those in to us, and then be on the lookout for a date to jump in and do some hands-on training next month. Yeah, thank all of you for being here, and hope your evening goes really well.